What's up, everybody? All right, so a local high school football team wins a state championship. We have the game details, and a Florida trooper tases a man after a car and foot chase, why he ran from officials. Plus, the Fairhope Christmas Parade is happening soon, and members of the News 5 team will be there. We'll tell you which one's coming up on News 5 Now.
This is News 5 Now, streaming live to your neighborhood and around the world.
Hello, Internet family, and thank you for joining us for WKRG News 5 Now. I'm Akivia McFarland. It's so good to have you with us. We do this every single day at 5:30, and we catch up on the big stories that we're following for you right now. We get your questions to your answer to the question of the day. We talk about polls as well. It's always very interactive, a very fun time. So I am happy to be here with you all today. So we're going to go ahead and kick things off with the big stories that we're following for you right now. And as always, we start with number 5. 35 Alabama counties will receive federal emergency aid following Hurricane Helene. That includes all of our Gulf Coast counties. Baldwin, Mobile, Clark, Conecuh, Monroe, Escambia, and Washington counties are among the counties designated for emergency protective measures with direct federal assistance. President Joe Biden issued an emergency declaration following the storm. The declaration allows the allocation of federal funds for emergency assistance and expenses. So there you go. Number 4, a local high school football team is now the 4A state champion. The Jackson Aggies beat Cherokee County 69-6. Wow, that's a highlight. Let me repeat it. 69-6 to claim the state title. This is the third time the Aggies have won the championship matchup since 2011, and tonight the Saraland Spartans will be playing in the 6A championship game against Parker High School. That's going to be up in Birmingham at Protective Stadium. So of course we are rooting for our Spartans as well. We want to see all of those wins come right back here to the Gulf Coast. All right, number 3, a gas furnace on the second floor of a Foley home is believed to have sparked a house fire. The blaze on Audubon Drive off of County Road 10 started around 5 o'clock Wednesday night, burning 3 homes. No one was hurt, thankfully, but the families whose home was where the fire originated, the family that had excuse me, the script's a little out of whack, so I'm going to try to paraphrase a little bit. So the home where the fire originated, that family lost a pet cat, as a matter of fact. Okay, so now they've got that cleaned up. Let's keep going. So the family had only been living there for about 3 months and turned on the furnace for the first time that day. So very unfortunate accident there, but again, no people were hurt, only a cat lost in that fire. Number 2, a man tased, then arrested after Florida State troopers say he tried to get away by car and later on foot. Troopers say 26-year-old Trez Dawson was speeding on Highway 29 around 1 o'clock this morning, and they say when they tried to stop him, he kept going. The chase ended more than 7 miles later at Old Palafox Highway and Flagler Drive with a pit maneuver. Dawson got out of the SUV and ran, and before a trooper tased him, then cuffed him. So, drugs and guns were reportedly found inside that SUV. Dawson is charged with fleeing and eluding, reckless driving, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Very crazy situation there. And number 1, with rough surf today, the United Cajun Navy flew over the water off the coast of Dauphin Island as the search for a missing 7-year-old boy continues. Hunter Slezak has been missing now for more than a week. The Mobile County Sheriff's Office will resume its search on the water tomorrow. So, of course, we've been keeping up with that for over a week now. We're going to continue to watch that story and give you updates as soon as we have them. Certainly, sad story for all of the families involved, for those people who've lost family members. But we actually have a bonus story that we need to tell you about, and I bet you know which one if you heard those headlines. We got talking about the Christmas parade. Before we move on to that poll, we got to talk about the Fairhope Christmas Parade starting in just about an hour and a half. And so we're going to have members of the News 5 family there, including Taylor Boyson, Simone Sherrod. We've got Christina J. Harris, Haley Kennedy, and Grant Skinner will all be there. So if you see them, make sure you say hello. I can vouch for them. They're a very fun bunch. So go and say hi and have a great time. And make sure you stay snuggled up too, because it's going to be pretty chilly out there. I have my jacket always within arm's reach. So that's the situation. So we're going to be live streaming that parade too on Facebook and on WKRG.com. So if you prefer not to be out in the elements, but you still want to be a part of the Christmas spirit, there's an option for you there. So that is that. And those are the big stories that we're following for you right now. And so now we need to go ahead and get things started with our question of the day. The Mobile Police Department has asked for the public's feedback through a new accreditation portal. And what we want to know is, what do you think about the department? Well, that's what the question says. And also we were also questioning feedback about local public safety too. So let's go ahead and see what everyone had to say. All right, so Todd Weiss says Mobile police do a good job at solving crime, but need more enforcement on interstates. Way too many traffic fatalities for divided interstate highways. Very good point there. And it is true. I mean, when you're out driving about in Mobile, it does seem like people are always flying at extreme speeds, be it on Cottage Hill or be it on Airport Boulevard, especially Airport. If you've ever been out there in the overnight, early morning hours, I mean, people are flying out there. So I agree there with you, Todd. Let's go ahead and move on to see what else we have to say. All right, Haley Black says there needs to be something on the light poles that alerts officers near the area if a car runs a red light or doesn't stop at a stop sign. So maybe kind of another traffic situation there, a way to kind of enforce that a little bit better so our roads can be safer. And also, she says for the entire state and really any other states, you should not be allowed to purchase a gun at 18 without a parent. And so I know, yes, a lot of people feel very strongly about our rules for gun control and being able to purchase and things like that. So thank you for your responses there, Haley. Let's go on and see what else. You guys got some really long comments today, and we'll try to find some that aren't super, super long. Let's see if we can kind of just keep it short, sweet, and concise a little bit. All right. Nick Norton says make a law to keep homeless people out of the middle of the road. And that's not just to convenience drivers, obviously. That's going to be for their safety as well. You don't want to see people get, hit or anything like that. Linda Johnson Webb says better traffic light system at Schillinger Road, Old Government Street. Too many accidents. I can agree with that. Some traffic lights, they can be a little funny acting here in Mobile. It does seem like some lights are super long, some are too short, and then, that can create problems, especially if you're, impatient or something like that. So I can see that as well. And Jean Webb says safety in our schools for our children. That's what we need to focus on. I agree with that. Of course, we want to keep those babies safe. And let's see what else you guys have to say. Let's just kind of keep strolling. Andrea Petway says there needs to be a crossing guard at Michael Boulevard and Davidson School Drive so we can keep the kids safe as they're walking to and from school. I know there are a lot of school areas that do have crossing guards to help, so I know they're helping out where they can there. But yeah, stop speeding, running people off the road. Yeah, so a lot of you are commenting on the traffic kind of situation, things like that, to make our roads safer in Mobile. So I can definitely agree with that, and I appreciate all of your responses. So thank you if you chimed in for the question of the day. But now we need to do that Facebook poll too. And so we wanted to know, do you plan to attend a local Christmas parade? I will say, guys, I am shocked by these numbers. Now, I'm not shocked that more people said yes than no. That I was certain of. But remember, if you were with us yesterday, I was literally saying that I believe that this is going to be so staggered, like 80-20. So for it to be 59-41, I didn't think it would be so close. But I guess people aren't as excited for Christmas parades as I thought. It's okay to admit when you're wrong, and I was wrong. The bets were off. So 59% of you say yes, you are planning a parade, and 41% of you say, nah, not really going to do it. Maybe it's too cold for it. And honestly, if that is your reason for it, I'm right there with you. It's kind of cold out there to be hanging out. That's why you got to just stay bundled up. So thank you so much, guys, for chiming in for that poll. But now I've got to give you some homework, as I do each and every time we do this. I need you to go over to Facebook and like the WKRG page. Answer our next question of the day. Our Remarkable Women contest is back, and we want to know who's a remarkable woman in your life. And we want you to tell us why she's so special and what makes her remarkable. And also vote in our next Facebook poll too. We want you to vote on this. Saraland faces Parker High School tonight for the 6A state championship. Who do you think will win? Like I already said, guys, we are rooting all the way for our Spartans. We want them to bring back the blue map. That's what they're playing for up in Birmingham right now. So you have all weekend to chime in and give us your thoughts. And we'll be back, of course, on Monday to share all of those results with you. More than likely, you'll hear the results of that 6A championship probably a little sooner than Monday if I had to bet my money. But yeah, so that's you'll be finding that soon. Just make sure you stick with us and we'll keep you updated on that. We have the best sports team in the land, so they're gonna keep you updated bit by bit. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and turn on our TVs. Make sure we turn on WKRG, that's going to be CBS, to catch up on the rest of the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. And that way, come 6 o'clock, you can be right where you need to be, which is on WKRG for WKRG News 5 at 6. And of course, you'll be caught all the way up on your local news and the big stories that we are continuing to follow all the way into the evening and into the weekend. As always, Internet family, thank you so much for joining us. It's always a blast to be with you for News 5 Now. Have a great weekend.